Saudações a todos! JP, que atualmente serve no Exército dos Estados Unidos, atua também nos programas espaciais secretos e constantemente traz relatos e denúncias diretamente ao Dr. Michael Salla. Em sua quarta missão, a Arca Espacial localizada no Oceano Atlântico, JP descreve como ele e uma equipe de agentes secretos foram encarregados de encontrar e trazer uma importante peça da Arca. 6 militares vestindo roupas civis e de diferentes hierarquias foram para a plataforma oceânica localizada próximo ao Triângulo das Bermudas, no Atlântico. Um tipo diferente de relógio, um relógio que funciona como um medidor de frequência, que mede o batimento cardíaco e o que a pessoa está sentindo, foi dado ao JP e sua equipe. Chegando lá, foi efetuado um briefing ou relatório sobre a missão à equipe, avisando que dessa vez seria necessário eles trazerem uma peça da arca para maiores investigações. JP então pegou o elevador, que teve algum problema no caminho, e ficou parado entre 1 hora e 1 hora e meia, e eles ficaram presos durante esse tempo. Mas JP relata que foi possível todos manterem a calma dessa vez. Eles haviam sido informados anteriormente no briefing para manter um estado calmo ou estado meditativo durante a saída à arca, por isso o relógio especial. Em seguida, arrumaram ao lado sudoeste da arca, atrás desse artefato ou peça que haviam sido informados no briefing. Eles levaram cerca de 40 minutos andando por dentro da arca, passando por diversas câmeras até chegarem nessa parte onde estava o artefato. JP ainda relata que essa parte da arca era uma área ainda não acessada por ninguém, então não sabiam o que esperar. Passando pelas câmaras ou salões, JP e a equipe avistaram muitas estátuas, escritos ancestrais, diferentes portas que abriam por diferentes frequências sonoras. Algumas dessas portas também foram acessadas pelo DNA-chave que alguns da equipe possuem. O Dr. Michael Salla perguntou mais detalhes sobre esse estado meditativo que eles tinham de manter dentro da arca. Vamos ver a descrição de JP desse trecho.
You say anything about the meditative mindset that you have to develop for going into the arc, or accessing any kind of time technology or advanced technology? Were you trained? Were you given instructions on what kind of meditative mind you need to be in? Is it like
It
going into nature and just feeling calm and peaceful but connected?
comes natural because when you enter to the arc, you feel like a pulsing sensation. So you follow the same pulsing sensation of what you feel, what the arc feels with you, and you feel with the arc. You feel connected to the arc. So when you feel that vibration, you connect to it. You measure yourself to that vibration, and you breathe different. You look at things different. Everything seems slower, like in slow motion, but you're still doing what you're doing. You have to. It's a couple breathable exercises that we go through, similar to what people do in yoga.
When you're on the arc, you said there was a beat. Can you describe that beat? What's it like? Or a frequency?
It's like a hum. It's like a booming hum, similar to like what a heartbeat would sound like, but without the second part of the heartbeat. Boom boom. But it's just a boom boom. You hear everything. Everything is vibrating at the same time.
Okay, so kind of like a heartbeat, but everything is humming as well.
Yeah, everything feels alive. The walls, they feel alive. Everything
Okay.
feels like if it was a big organism.
Okay, I just wanted to play something for you just to see if it's in any way similar to that. This is I just wanted to play something. We'll let it play for 10 seconds, and you just tell me what whether that's in any way similar. So, okay, starting from now.
It's yeah, it's similar to that, but it's slower.
Okay, Well, that's interesting because what I just played was a binaural beat for gamma brainwaves at 70 hertz. I've got similar things for like 60 hertz and 50 hertz. So that's interesting. So it sounds like the
Yeah,
art
your
producing this.
pineal gland. It affects your pineal gland. Yeah, the concentration part of the pineal gland. Yeah, I think I talked about that in certain of my missions when the Aztec Mexicans they were entering the arc. Everything was slowing down, and they felt that same vibration. That's why they started singing Akuria Mate because they felt that same vibration and they felt a happiness that they knew that they were in a special place. So when you enter to these arcs, you feel like you're in a special place, overwhelming place that you feel happy, that you feel connected to. So it's really interesting.
Em seguida, JP começa a explicar sobre quando chegaram na câmara a qual estava a joia da arca que vieram buscar. Essa parte sobre a retirada da joia da arca foi muito emocionante, não somente para o JP, mas para todos na equipe dele, e até mesmo para os peixes ou seres que vivem dentro da arca. Ele especula que essa joia talvez seja uma chave de arca. Vamos ver nas palavras de JP como foi essa parte da missão.
So we passed that chamber where that water stays still and stationary, and there was these beautiful fishes in there that were fluorescent. You could probably share a picture of that if you find it on this interview. We passed that chamber. It's the same fishes. We passed it, and we passed through that chamber through another type of door, and we entered to this room, Doc. And when we entered to this room, there was a stand-up statue, and this statue looked Indian-like and Buddha-like, and they had a staff holding a staff. This statue, it was barefooted. It had a robe, and this statue was silver in color and gold in color, and it had a third eye. And it had a third eye in the statue. And we looked at it, and the eyes were made of pearls. That when you look at it, it not hypnotizes you, but it sees through you. Like I don't know, like it's a different sensation. So it's a statue with a third eye. We went around. One of the guys that was there with us, he was an ex-Marine. He went to this spot and he put his hand down on this particular device of the ark, and then a piece of rock mixed in with jewels came out. And he said, "This is the rock we need to bring up." And I told the guy, I said, "Oh, wait, if this is part of the ark, why we're bringing it up there?" And he says, "To activate other things around the world." And I told him, "I don't want to be part of this because whatever is in the ark, we need to leave in the ark. We can't just take the ark apart and start activating different things." He told me, in order to activate certain parts and certain temples around the world, we need to bring this jewel with us. And I'm like, man, I just wish we couldn't like touch these things and just leave it where it is because it's part of the ark. He says, it doesn't matter where this jewel is, it's always going to be part of the ark. The ark feels it. So it's like an extension of the ark. So he was explaining that this type of rock jewel that we're taking, it still felt the ark because it was connected with the ark. So it's an extension to activate different things in different arcs. So this arc in the Pacific is really important because it activates other things around the world with a certain device. So that reminded me of what the Ant King gave us. You know, that seed that can activate different things and help you with health, longevity. So we took it, we put it on this metal capsule. I felt like a sense of crying when you handle these, like happiness and crying. You
Mhm.
feel You feel like a vibration, like sadness of what the world was feeling. So when you touch this thing, you feel like crying. Even talking about it now, you feel like crying. And it's all the negative that is happening around the earth. I think it captures everything. And I don't think it uses it as energy, but it tries to capture any negative thing that tries to enter to the arc or it's around the arc. So we grabbed it. Everybody started getting sad and crying. And we were holding this jewel. And a lot of people in history try to get this particular rock, this particular jewel. A lot of people in history try to get this particular jewel. And that's what the military around the world is trying to protect, this type of jewel. So I think the higher ups, they decided to bring it up because a lot of people from different nations, not just states, are trying to go down and try to get this type of jewel out of the
You know,
arc.
do you know what it's made of? What kind of crystal? Was it transparent? Was it cloudy? Was it metallic looking?
It was purple, black, and strings of white. But the strings of white was fluorescent and light up. It's beautiful. When you look at it, you're like, whoa. So it's like black jewel that you can see through, uh, like a purplish jewel that you can see through it. And then you got white lines that are fluorescent that makes the jewel glow and look beautiful. So it looks like a big, not egg, but like a diamond, but backwards and forward. And it has the lines of lights that you can see it, and it makes you feel sad and it makes you feel like happy at the same time, but it makes you feel what the earth is feeling, like the sadness. So a couple of us couldn't control ourselves, and we just started bawling and crying like babies, handling this jewel.
So you
And
think it's connected to the Earth's frequency, like Gaia? Some people talk about Gaia as a spirit. So this crystal is somehow resonating with the spirit of Gaia, and you can feel the planet's emotions. And of course,
yeah,
all right, wow,
so
that's amazing.
we took it and we started traveling back. And when we brought this jewel through the chamber where the fishes were, the fishes stood still and started following the jewel. They stopped swimming in the ball of water and they just respected this type of jewel. And they just looked at it. And we were like astonished. We were like we felt so good like holding this jewel. Like if it was something special. So we take it, we bring it back, we go to the elevator, and we start going up the elevator. And when
Um,
we get there, I don't know how much time it went by, but it was night. So we knew that time went different. A couple hours have passed or something. And then they told us we're down there for 2 days in the ark, and it felt like 2 or 3 hours.
was there any kind of protective technology around this jewel? Because it sounds like it's performed a very important function for the ark, connecting it somehow with the planet's spirit or energy matrix. Was there
Well,
any protection mechanism?
they put it in this capsule, like a metal capsule, but it had like a glass, like bulletproof glass. It's quite
Right.
heavy. It was interesting. It was a capsule that was like this, and you put the jewel in there, and it's protected. But you can still feel the energy of it. So that was interesting. When we went up there, it was night, and there was other ships in the distance that were talking with each other with lights, like Morse code, talking each other with lights, talking to each other. And there were ships from different nations. I don't know what nations were there, but there was probably 15 different ships surrounding the donut shaped ship that we were in. And they were just communicating back, and I was saying, "Hey, what's going on?" Says, "We don't know. We got other countries here." They didn't want to tell me what other countries were there. They had helicopters going left to right, communicating with each other. We had jets flying up and down. And when we handed over, there was people that looked different. They were taller. They took it to this room, and we felt like we had to protect this jewel and see who the hell is going to receive this jewel, because we didn't want nothing to happen to it. So we went into this room, and there was people dressed in like suits, hazmat suits, and they took the jewel, they put it on this gold platter, and the jewel just stood up by itself, similar to that Earth magnetic thing that floats like that with magnetics. It did something like that. It started floating up. So these people in hazmat, they're a little bit taller than us. Me personally, I didn't feel that they were human. Possibly Nordic. I think they were Nordic, because I saw their face. They had reddish lips, but they had white pale face. They had blue eyes, but they had hazmat suits. We did not have hazmat suits. I don't know why they had hazmat suits. I don't know. So they took us out from the room, and then they took us to another room with a couple of scientists asking us what we felt when we were carrying. We told them everything. Hey, we felt sad. We felt an energy. We felt, you know. So we were just saying what was happening in the arc, and then they asked, "Do you remember anything else? You know how long you were there?" And that's when they told us that we were there like for 2 days, and we do not remember being there more than 2 days. We didn't feel tired. We didn't feel nothing. And they said, "Yeah, you guys were down there for 2 days. So what happened?" We lost communication with you guys, and it felt like we talked to them like half an hour to a half an hour, but then saying that we lost connection for 2 days. So in between, I don't know what happened to us. I think something special happened to us 6. I think somebody from those 6, they're gonna come out soon to the public. So I'm excited of that.
Como vimos, foi uma parte com fortes emoções para todos. JP ainda relata ter percebido que o sentimento de tristeza desapareceu quando levaram embora a joia da arca. Agora, falando um pouco sobre o aspecto temporal, JP explica que o tempo funciona totalmente diferente dentro das arcas. Ele relata ter perdido a noção do tempo por lá. Um dos seus superiores questionou o que aconteceu, pois eles ficaram em torno de 2 dias lá na arca e sem comunicação, mas para JP e sua equipe pareceu que se passaram somente em torno de 2 a 3 horas. Voltaram para a base de helicóptero e cada um foi para sua casa. Dias depois, os membros dessa missão começaram a ter diversos flashbacks ou lembranças desses dias perdidos na arca, e eles acabaram lembrando de ter encontrado com diversas raças de ETs em uma grande sala ou corredor branco, e ficaram conversando com esses seres durante todo esse tempo. Por último, JP desabafa com o Dr. Michael Salla sobre estar impressionando ele a não revelar mais coisas, e JP está sentindo bastante a pressão disso. Mas ele também está animado, devido aos denunciantes estarem começando a vir à tona. Inclusive, tem esperança que um membro da sua equipe também venha à tona em breve. Quase todas as missões de JP são bem emocionantes, mas essa pareceu bem profunda e tocou seu coração. Vamos ver o que será feito com essa joia de cristal da arca tão importante. Estaremos atentos às próximas informações, acompanhando todos os passos da divulgação e sempre tentando manter nossas frequências em equilíbrio. Saudações a todos!